Well, for a lot of people, what you're looking at on your screen right now is very scary, dangerous, terrifying, you name it. Sharks circling close to our beaches, especially as millions of us plan to kick off the unofficial start to summer on a beach somewhere. And to add to that, researchers at Stanford University and the Monterey Bay Aquarium found the number of great white sharks along the Northern California coast is actually growing. But they say this is a good thing. Hard to believe for some. Joining us tonight is one of those researchers, Oregon State University professor, Dr. Taylor Chappell. Doctor, appreciate your time. I think let's just start right there. More sharks, a good thing. Why?
Well, these sharks are apex predators, which means they are on the top of the food chain. And so if we have these marine systems that can support a healthy population of apex predators, it means that those marine systems themselves are healthy. So it's a good sign that we're doing the right things on our coastal systems.
So what you're saying is the sharks have plenty to eat.
Right. They have plenty to eat. They have plenty of habitats. They have places to be where they belong, which is great, which is a good sign for us.
Well, tell us about some of the other factors that play into why we're seeing more sharks right now and how many more.
So we're not seeing a huge increase in the numbers, and our study is very specific. And really the increase we're seeing is in the larger size class of animals, the larger maybe from 15 or 16 to 20-foot animals. And why we're seeing is because we think there's a few different protections that are in place. We have marine mammals are protected, which is their food source. We have these incredible marine reserves and marine protected areas along the coast that are protecting the habitats for white sharks and for their prey and for the prey of the marine mammals. So really it's a whole intermixed story that's leading to this, this upward trend in the shark numbers, which again is only a few animals a year. We're only talking about a handful, really a modest increase in the numbers.
I can imagine that somebody at home may be wondering, okay, well, if I'm headed to the beach, what does this mean for me? If I'm on the California coast or somewhere else, does it mean I'm less likely to encounter a shark or more likely?
What it means is that there are, there's ample food sources for these animals, ample natural food sources for these animals out there. And we've done a study, we've looked at the relationship between human interactions, the number of people in the water, and the number of sharks. And actually what we found is over the past 60 years that your probability of having an interaction of any sort with a white shark or with a shark in California has gone down by 90%. So your risk about going into the ocean is not about sharks. It's about your drive to the ocean. It's about drowning and other things. It's not about those wonderful predators we have off our coasts.
I hear you, but Rob wants to get in the ocean. He's been dying for some warm weather. So if Rob encounters a shark when he dips his toes in the water, what is the best thing that you can do to encourage the shark to move along?
Well, Rob, if it makes you feel any better, I am an avid surfer. I'm in the water all the time, and I don't hesitate to get in. I've been in the water for thousands of hours, and I've never had any negative interaction. So if you're at the beach and interested in going in the water, I think you absolutely should. I don't think this study should be something that keeps you out of the water.
You have to remain calm, though, right? That's the message. Like, you don't panic. Does the shark sense your fear?
There's a lot of different, I guess, theories about the sharks. But the truth is the sharks are in the water and they're not looking for us. They're looking for their prey. They have a very good search image. We study what they eat and how often they eat, and they go weeks, if not months, without a meal. So it suggests that they're really discerning. They know what they're looking for. And thankfully for us, it's not people.
Well, they're really incredible creatures. We appreciate your research and letting us have a little fun with it. We know that sharks aren't out to get us, but certainly a fear for so many people at home. Dr. Taylor Chappell, thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.